Hello, boys and girls. Fourth grade Excel lesson number 72 with me, your host, Mr. Bedley, and we are going to be learning today about selecting the correct equation. We're also going to be learning about a property of math called the commutative property. The commutative property. And the commutative property works with addition and multiplication. So you'll be learning about that in a little bit. First of all, let's read along here. When you are given several equations to choose from in order to solve a word problem, start by covering up the choices and then take the following steps. So what you want to do, you're going to have multiple choice problems sometimes where they give you a word problem, a story problem. You guys see story problems every single day in your math, but usually you just solve the problem and then you write the answer. Sometimes they're going to actually give you, like on tests and things like that, and now on the Excel papers, they're going to give you multiple choice, not what the answer is, but what the show work, what the justification is of how to get the answer. And so what you want to do is not even look at those choices first because they'll trick you, they'll fake you out. So you want to cover them up, read the problem, and then decide, well, we'll find out right now. Let's take a look. Read the whole problem first, and then it says go back and underline the information in the story that pertains to the question being asked. In other words, find the important information, people's names, little extra information, not important. So find the really important stuff, and then write an equation leaving the answer blank. So you're going to write your own equation, and then that way you can look at the choices and say which one is the one I wrote or which one is at least the closest to the one that I wrote. Look at the choices and select the one that matches your equation or that's close to it. The order of addition and multiplication can be reversed if necessary. This is called the commutative property of addition and the commutative property of multiplication. 2 plus 3 equals 3 plus 2. You all know that. You can switch the numbers around in an addition problem. It's the exact same thing. 2 times 3 equals 3 times 2 because you can switch the numbers around in multiplication. 5 minus 2 in subtraction, it does not work. That's not equal to 2 minus 5. It's not the same thing. 6 divided by 2 is not equal to 2 divided by 6. Cannot switch the numbers around in division, and you cannot switch the numbers around in subtraction. But with addition and multiplication, the commutative property works. So once again, read the problem, go back and underline the important information in the problem, write your own equation, and then choose the correct answer from the list that they give you the multiple choice. Johnny has 18 peanuts. He would like to divide them equally among 3 friends. Which equation shows how many peanuts each friend will get? So we're not going to even look down here below. We should cover it up. I can't really do that on the screen right now, so you're just going to have to cover yours up. I'm not even going to look at them. I'm just going to think about this. So first, I read the whole problem. Now I'm going back and underlining it. We've got Johnny with 18. He wants to divide them equally among 3 friends. 18 divided by 3, right? So I'm going to write that equation, 18 divided by 3. And I really want to think about what is the correct answer also. That always helps. Well, if he's got these 18 peanuts, that's not exactly 18 dots, and then he's dividing them among 3 friends, right? We just think, well, how many would each friend get? Each friend would get 6. So let's take a look at our choices now that we've thought it through. 18 minus 3, well, that answer is 15. Will each friend get 15 peanuts? Well, that would be a lot more than 18 if you have 3 people with 15 each. 18 plus 3 is 21. Each person gets 21? Does that make any sense at all? He's only got 18 peanuts. How is each person going to get 21 peanuts? That makes absolutely no sense. 18 divided by 3. Hey, that's the same thing I wrote. And 18 divided by 3 is 6. If one friend gets 6, and one gets 6, and one gets 6, because he's got 3 friends, that's a total of 18 altogether. So this is the correct answer. Let's take a look at this one. 18 times 3. 3 times 8 is 24. Carry the 2. 54. So each friend gets 54 peanuts when he only has 18 peanuts? Absolutely crazy. That can't be it. So our correct answer, 18 divided by 3. So remember, math has to make sense. It has to make sense to you, has to make sense with the problem. If it doesn't make sense, you're not really doing math. All right, go ahead and pause the video and do number 2. Make sure you follow the steps that you've learned. Turn it back on when you're ready for the solution. Denise would like to plant 4 different herbs. That's how you say that word. It's not herbs. The H is silent. 4 different herbs in each of her 5 gardens. Which equation shows how many herbs she will need? Okay, I'm going to go back and look at this again. We've got Denise, 4 different herbs in each of her 5 gardens. That's the words I decided to underline. Maybe you picked different ones. Well, you got to get the 4 and the 5 in there. Let's think about what this would look like. She's got 5 gardens, it tells us right here. So let's draw a picture of that. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do that on your paper right now. Go ahead and draw 5 gardens, someplace where it's blank, and just little squares. And then there's 4 herbs in each of her gardens. So now do this. Put like 4, 4, 4, 4. What am I doing here? Am I multiplying, dividing, adding, subtracting? Well, I've got 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, 4. I'm doing the number 4 over and over again, right? So I've got 4 times 5. I'm doing the number 4 5 times, which is equal to 20. How many herbs will she need? She's going to need 20 herbs for those 5 gardens. Let's take a look at our choices now. I was ignoring these until I thought of my own answer. 4 plus 5 is 9. Does that solve this equation, or this word problem? 9 is not going to be enough. I mean, we got all these to do, so that doesn't make sense. 5 minus 1? She only needs 1 herb for her 5 gardens? That's absolutely crazy. 5 divided by 4, well, that's 1 remainder 1. How do you have a remainder 1 of a herb? And why would you only need 1 herb for 5 different gardens? Again, makes no sense. 5 times 4 is 20. That's what I wrote up here. Makes perfect sense, and so I choose the 9 to go in my check answer. Thanks for watching.